I hope this is fixed now.
Yeah. Hi.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Thank you
it's
very
fine now.
much.
Hello, Lincoln.
What is that?
Alexei, that's
Alexei,
me.
what's up? What's up, dude? What's up, comrade?
Huh.
Let me get the camera fixed.
Okay.
Camera is fixed. I think the quality is better this time, isn't it? It's kind of
Yeah,
better at the beginning.
maybe. What's with your hairstyle? That's kind of a bit different.
What
Your
is that?
hairstyle, your hair, that's a bit different. Did you
Yes,
do
it is.
something?
Nice style.
I got a new haircut yesterday. That's
Okay.
the Yes, okay. What's up? Yep. Hey, Cyrus. Hey, Aliska. The party is starting. Yes, Mike. Just be ready for some fun here. It's not gonna get spooky and all that stuff. But first of all, hi and hello to everybody who's attending the class today. I would like to introduce myself at the very beginning. It's formal for my friends. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be formal, but my name is Cyrus. Меня зовут Cyrus. And очень приятно. I'm really happy that you guys are all over here. And we're going to have a class today about Halloween. For those of you who are coming to the class for the first time, I want to give you the address to my EK account so that if you have any questions, you can go there. It's in the chat section right here, right here. It's in the chat section right now. You can go there. If you want to ask me questions, you can go ahead and ask me questions. If you want to send me friend requests, you can follow and send me friend requests and all that stuff. Whatever you want to do, I'm up for it. That's end of the story, okay? So we're going to talk about Halloween. We're going to talk about some words. We're going to talk about some history. We're going to talk about some culture. And please leave your microphones on. It's fine. You can talk. You can comment. You can say whatever you want to say throughout this class, okay? This is open discussion type class. Although I'm going to teach you some words, and hi everybody, hi people from all over the world. Although I'm going to teach you some generic type words about Halloween, I also expect you to participate in the class. And throughout the class, I will try to speak as slowly as I can so that you will be able to understand every single word that I say. So now,
Hello, Cyrus. How are you
hello,
doing?
not bad at all.
You just reminded me, I've been to the States during the Halloween night, and I was on the territory of the American college campus. So
Oh, the
I would
best
tell,
place to be.
I would tell you, this is pretty scary. This is
It
real
is.
scary. Can you comment on that a little bit?
This is a scary shit, and I'll talk about that. Actually, you kind of touched the hot spot campus, college campuses, especially in the evening of October 31st. My goodness, it becomes. They usually have not necessarily on the campus. Sometimes it's not necessarily on the campus. Sometimes it's on the perimeter, on the streets. Now, comments. I will comment on that, and let me tell you stories of that. It's not necessarily a story, but explanation of a situation I had in that. So I used to go to North Carolina. Let me actually find a picture for you when I'm tired. So I used to go to the North Carolina State University, and as I was a student there, it's located east part of the USA. And every year, about Halloween time, there was a street up on the northern section of the university that was called Hillsborough Street. Hillsborough. And Hillsborough Street, man, during Halloween, it gets scary, scary as shit. People are dressing in costumes, and they're bringing fireworks and all sorts of crazy stuff, like they're throwing at you little tiny dynamites to, like, make sounds and things like that. And they are like, sometimes it's also sexy though. It's
Yeah,
scary and
they,
sexy.
they were running almost naked along the streets.
Yeah. I don't know what you meant by scary. Is scary is naked? No, it's not scary at all. But if you mean, yeah, both scary and kind of, sexy type outfits, sexy type dresses and all. talk about it in a minute or so. I'm trying to find a photo of that. Oh my goodness, but I can't. You completely reminded me of the past, and let me see if I can find something. They're not. I lost all my photos from that time. I wish I had them. I could have showed you, but I'm trying to find something on Google. Google doesn't have anything. But yeah, anyways, I remember that time. It was pretty scary. Girls, boys, dressing in police, especially girls. Some of the girls loved dressing like sexy police officer outfits. Boys were just coming out topless, naked. October 31st. It's like snowing in Russia right now. Oh wait, just give me a second. It was like October 31st, and like just imagine how cold it could be. And just like people are just going in the streets naked, literally naked, topless, without any dress. And I'm speaking pretty fast. But yeah, it was a pretty scary situation. I'll find some pictures and I'll send it to you. It was probably a good experience for you. And you start, questioning yourself. So if they are living their life, am I really living my life too?
Or another experience which I remember, there were lots of cafes, let's say, open during the whole night. But people told me, you'd better not attend this cafe. It's not for you. It's not for a Russian person. It's kind of it would be scary for you. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I don't think so. Your friend was scared probably a little bit to go to the bars or clubs, but they stay open on the night of Halloween. Bars and clubs don't usually open during the week. And now October 31st is on Monday, so this coming Monday, I'm sure that all bars and clubs are going to be open, especially bars are going to be open late night, because first these kids get out into the streets and they show their outfit and they show all that crap. And then once they're done with that, then it gets past 10 p.m. or so. All of a sudden, all of them are now crammed into bars. They go all into bars and they're yelling and, they're drinking a lot of beer, puking all over the ground. It's like vomiting and shit. It's a chaotic situation.
Outside the street, there are lots of food trucks, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Very tasty.
Yes, I'm sure about that. Does anybody? Well, it's very interesting that you had such an experience. At that age, I'm not sure how old were you at that time when you came to the U.S. But it's interesting you had such an experience. Now, I just wanted to know if someone else had such an experience at all. Just like Vladimir is talking about it. Like coming to the U.S. at the time of Halloween. And just like going to different places, college campuses specifically, and then seeing all sorts of crazy people. Did you? Anybody? Nobody? Okay, Vladimir, it's just me and you.
You can come to the office, to somebody's office, and you can see, let's say, a coffin there standing on the boss's desk. That's kind of scary also.
Yeah, let me talk about, you added this one word to my word list today, coffin. I would like to talk about that too. Yeah, it would be very scary. Like, the next day you go to work, you're like, fuck, what is this? It happened to me once in my room. It's very common. Guys do that all the time. They put a spider. They put a spider in my wardrobe where you may think I'm making up this story, but I swear to God, I had some nasty friends at some point of time. Like, my roommates at the time in college, like they put five spiders in my wardrobe, like little tiny wardrobe where I used to stash my underwear. So I was just, I took a shower, I got out of the shower, I wanted to go, I pull out the one I pull out the wardrobe, just pull it out and just want to see what's inside and want to pick one of those, boxer briefs or whatever. And then I picked one of them and I saw five spiders underneath that, real spiders, like not fake, like five real spiders just crawling all over the place.
And cookies in the shape of cut fingers or something.
Oh gosh, yeah. I will show you some pictures, Vladimir. Just get a bowl or something like that, just in case you guys go like belly up. Just in case. I'm going to show you some sinister looking pictures. So be ready for that shit. All right, let's start the word stuff. Let's get spooky. The Russian style. Let's get spooky, guys. Spooky, and I will tell you exactly what I mean by that. So from the picture, you can guess the meaning of spooky for now, and I will explain it to you in a second. Spooky. Spooky shit. So the theme of the class is going to be all about scary stuff. So this class is going to be a horror movie. So be ready for this horror movie. Now, the very basics of Halloween. Like let's say you're coming from a country in the middle of nowhere, like somewhere in the middle of the ocean, there's this little tiny island that is called XYZ country, and you don't know anything about Halloween. And you ask me, Mr. Cyrus, can you please explain me the word Halloween? What is it exactly? Can you tell me so briefly? I was like, okay, I will tell you so briefly. It's like, how can I tell you about this? Now I think and I say, okay, what is Halloween? And I think about it. Halloween is an eve, is a time of the year where it's a transition between fall and winter, when the weather gets colder and colder and colder. It's after farmers are done harvesting their food and crops. And it's closer to the end of fall, and we're getting closer to the winter time. And it's the time of the year where modern Americans dress in special type of clothing, costumes, and I will tell you the word costume, I will talk about it. They dress in special clothing, like what you see in the picture that I have for you right here. Here or here? Here. So it's a special day. It's a special evening. It's the evening of October 31st, okay? Every year, October 31st. These kids that you see here in this picture, and also these kids that you see in this picture, dress in special costumes, and they go from house to house, or they go into the streets, and you see the kids here too. They go into the streets sometimes all the way to the morning, the evening of October 31st. They go from house to house. If they are these type of kids, they go from bar to bar. If they are these type of kids, and what happens is that they go and ask for sweets, and they go ask for candy, and they go for trick or treating. And I will explain to you after that. I give you a history about Halloween, what is trick or treating, and then you will understand what I'm talking about. So the main theme of Halloween is that you dress in something unusual. You don't dress like me. It's usual dressing, like nice casual dressing. No, you dress something unusual, sometimes something frightening or scary, something over the board, something extreme, like really extreme, like you never do on a normal day. And then if you're a kid, you go house to house, door to door, you knock at the door and you ask for candies. And if you are, this type of kid like me, then you go from bar to bar, drink, trick or treat with beer, and you spend the night like that. But there's a history, just like this. There's a history behind everything. There's a history behind everything that we do. It has changed so much. The meaning of Halloween has changed. It has a different purpose right now. The purpose originally was really different. And now I want to let a YouTube video, very short, like 3 minutes only, from National Geographic, to tell you a little bit about the history of Halloween, okay? And I will stop the video and I will tell you, I will try to explain at any point if I feel like, it's something hard for you to understand. I will explain. I will stop the video and I will explain for you what they mean by that, okay? Let's watch that. It's only 3 minutes. We'll get back. We'll continue with the lesson.
From communion with the dead to pumpkins and pranks, Halloween is a patchwork holiday stitched together with cultural, religious, and occult traditions that span centuries. It all began with the Celts, a people whose culture had spread across Europe more than 2,000 years ago. October 31st was the day they celebrated the end of the harvest season in a festival called Samhain. That night,
So I paused the video right here. Can you guys hear me? When I pause the video, is it also paused for you?
Yes, Cyrus, yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. So what he said is that when you go back, first of all, let me ask, did anybody understand what he said up to this point?
Yeah, that was pretty clear.
Well, for you, yes, of course.
Why, of course.
For you, of course, it's pretty clear.
Oh, that's flattering.
So let me just give a short explanation. So it goes back to the time where Celts lived in Europe. We're talking about much more than 2,000 years ago. So we're talking about between 2,000 years to 2,500 years ago. Celts, which is written like Celt. Sometimes it's also even, pronounced like Celt. It's Celt, pronounced like Celt. There were people who lived originally, if I'm not mistaken, someone can correct me on that, in like current France, northern France, Ireland, UK, in that area basically, and they were called Indo-Europeans. Like you know about American Indians, like the ones with like red skin guys. So the Celts also in Europe, I think, and lived in that region, and they say that their culture started to spread all over Europe. And what they had is like at the end of their harvest season. Harvest season is when farmers have collected, let me type the word for you, harvest season. So harvest season is the time of the year, is fall. It's basically fall when farmers are done farming. They're done with their farming. They have, harvested or gathered. They have collected all the crops from the ground, all the, the tasty fruits and vegetables and everything that comes out of the ground, and they have harvested and they're done with it. And they have stored everything for winter season. So it happened on October 31st, and it marked for them a new year. For them, October 31st, the end of the farming season was a new year, basically. So it started from them. So now you know about Celts, you know that they lived in Europe. It was more than 2,000 years ago. And they had a special event that was called, I think it was called Samhain. I know it's written like Samhain, but it's pronounced like Samhain, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Samhain. It's pronounced like Samhain. It's pretty strange. There's so many Irish words like that they're written in a way that they're not pronounced the same. So Halloween basically comes from this celebration, from the Celts. Now, let's move on to the rest.
that night also marked the Celtic New Year and was considered a time between years, a magical time when the ghost of the dead walked the earth.
It was the time when the veil between death and life was supposed to be at its thinnest.
On Samhain, the villagers gathered and lit huge bonfires to drive the dead back to the spirit world and keep them away from the living. But as the Catholic Church's influence grew in Europe, it frowned on the pagan rituals like Samhain. In the 7th century, the Vatican began to merge it with a church-sanctioned holiday. So November 1st was designated All Saints' Day to honor martyrs and the deceased faithful.
Both of these holidays had to do with the afterlife and about survival after death. It was a calculated move on the part of the church to bring more people into the fold.
All Saints' Day was known then as Hallowmas. Hallow means holy or saintly, so the translation is roughly Mass of the Saints. The night before, October 31st, was All Hallows' Eve, which gradually morphed into Halloween. The holiday came to America with the wave of Irish immigrants during the potato famine of the 1840s. They brought several of their holiday customs with them, including bobbing for apples and playing tricks on neighbors, like removing gates from the front of houses. The young pranksters wore masks so they wouldn't be recognized. But over the years, the tradition of harmless tricks grew into outright vandalism.
Back in the 1930s, it really became a dangerous holiday. I mean, there was such hooliganism and vandalism. Trick-or-treating was originally an extortion deal. Give us candy or we'll trash your house.
Storekeepers and neighbors began giving treats or bribes to stop the tricks, and children were encouraged to travel door to door for treats as an alternative to troublemaking. By the late 30s, trick or treat became the holiday greeting.
All right. Now, you saw that video. It was interesting. It was talking about the history, very quick. That's why I like that video so much, because it talked about the history of Halloween so quick and also at the same time so informative. So it started with the Celts. You remember Celt people I told you that lived in Europe 2,000 years ago, and even before that. It was the beginning of, it was when Christ just came, I think, for the first time. But anyways, they lived in Europe and they had this tradition. Like, this is the end of our harvest season. We're done with our farming. And they thought that when they get to the colder season, when they get to the winter, that's the time when ghosts from the other world, they come back. They come back to them. And then they started to actually create huge bonfires at the eve of, October 31st. They started to create huge bonfires in order to keep those ghosts away from their houses and from their families. And when they were doing that, they were dressing in very special costumes. And the costume they had at the time was basically consisted of the head of animals, like the head of a goat or something like that. And then they were also dressed in like, coats like from skin, animal skin. So it started from that time. Then Christian church, Catholic church came in, and then they call it, it should be All Saints Day. And it's the day that where all saints from the other world actually come back in, and then they can connect to the world and all that stuff. And then because, at that time, the Catholic Church had a lot of superstitions about, spirits and spirituality and things like that. They started to introduce kind of crazy things like, this house is possessed by ghosts. We should stay away from it. Actually, they were pursuing a goal from that. They did not, especially the leaders of the church, did not believe in that, but they know that superstition in the society will make people follow them. So, that's why the scary things were introduced after that. And then it says that the Irish people, when they came to the USA, they brought their Halloween with them. So it came from Ireland. US owes that to to the Ireland. I see someone with a baby. Hey. So I'm so happy to see you. Okay, I will talk to you more. I will talk to you more. So what I was okay, so Irish people, we owe it to the Irish people, especially the potato rush or something like that. When they brought potato to the US and they started farming potato to the US, they brought the Halloween culture with them, which was always, Great Britain and Ireland, vandalism, guys drinking a lot, getting drunk, going out, creating problems for everybody, playing tricks on people. So it was becoming a dangerous celebration. Hi, Narinka. So it was becoming a dangerous celebration, right? And then people were like, ooh, we don't like this. And then it changed eventually in the US to a celebration for kids, dressing in kids, dressing in costumes and going and asking for candy and all sorts of crap like that. Now, you know about the history, you don't want to know about that shit. Now let's talk about some of the Halloween vocabulary. And that's where the rest of the lesson is going to be. And I want you to come, and come forth and participate in the class and, add to the vocabulary, talk about the vocabulary, tell me that if you've had any experience with the vocabulary that I'm going to teach you in the past. Now, the first thing, what is it? Trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treating, 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 trick-or-treating. So it has become a verb. You see that I added the ing to the end. So trick-or-treating, with like a dash, like hyphen between trick or treat, it's now has become a verb. And what it means, it basically is that when kids, dress like that, dress in their special clothing, and then they go from house to house, and they walk up to the door, they knock at the door, and they talk to the owner of the house. And when I open the door and I'm expecting kids to come at my door and say it to me, is trick or treat. Trick or treat. Oh shoot, I forgot to do something, and I'll tell you what. So kids say trick or treat. And what does that mean? It means that you have to treat us with something. Or if you don't treat us, if you don't give us something, we're going to do a trick on you. We're going to do a trick on you. We're going to play mischief on you, something bad, And then what happens is that, the owner of the house usually says, all right, wait over here, guys. I'm going to give you something. And then, they give them, chocolates, sweets, basically, and all sorts of things like that. And you can see that in the picture here. So trick-or-treating is something that kids do. It's part of the culture now. Kids go trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treating. Kids go trick-or-treating. But when I was talking to you guys about trick-or-treating, I also mentioned, I repeated a word, costume, so many times. I said costume, costume, costume. So the special dress you see that these girls and these boys are wearing is called a costume. But, be aware, you may make a lot of mistakes, just not knowing exactly what is the difference in the spelling. So there is a difference between costume and custom, right? So costume is this one. The second word, costume, with the E at the end and with O first and then U second. You see, these are the special type of clothing. Single candy. Oh, I forgot to buy candies for kids. They're gonna come knock at the door and say, trick or treat. And I'm saying, oh shit, I forgot to buy candies. I'm sorry. So let's get back to the class. These are costumes. And Bat is like, somebody's like, oh my God, Olga, you want some? No, is that Bat? Bath Meniska is that, what the fuck? Oh, no, it's Olga talking to Bath Meniska. It's like, Bath Meniska is using Olga's picture. All right, so These type of clothing, they're called costume. But what is custom? This a tradition, a tradition, a practice, something that you do in a culture that's called custom, like trick or treating. Trick or treating is a custom, but when kids are observing that custom, they are dressing in costumes. You see, this is a custom, a wedding, special wedding in India, bride and groom. They do it. They have to do it. Groom has got to get this powderish type thing and then, splash it and sprint it all over her head. And they're dressed in special costume. So that's the difference between custom and costume. And I don't want you to, because a lot of people, this is costume and custom, tradition. Okay. Custom is also between countries. Yes. Uh-huh. Tatiana, late night. Custom is also between countries. Yes. Oh, you mean custom. Customs and border protection. Yeah, duty and tax for the goods that you take into a country. It got spooky for you already. Oh yeah, girl. All right, now let's talk about some of the stuff. It's related also to the Halloween decoration. Let's talk about the jack-o'-lantern. Jack-o'-lantern. What the fuck is that? So, it's an icon for Halloween in the US. It's the time where all the pumpkins, the pumpkin, the orangey, fatty, round type of vegetable. It's orange and it's round and it's big and it's fat. The pumpkins are used for the Halloween as an icon. So these are called jack-o'-lantern. They're basically the pumpkins that are hollowed out. Uh-oh, Cyrus just mentioned the word here. What does it mean, hollowed out? Hollow out to mean, to get a knife or something and to take everything that is inside and bring it out, to create a hole inside something. So it's a pumpkin, that orange thing right there is a pumpkin. And then you take the knife and you hollow that shit out. You take everything that is inside and you take it out. And then you create some facial features like eyes or mouth, like in a scary way. And then what you do is you place a lantern. You place a lantern inside it. Not necessarily a lantern, you can just put a lamp. This is called a lantern in English, right? But then what you can do is you can get a lamp or whatever you have and you can put it inside your hollowed out pumpkin and then you can light it up at night. Then it's called then it's called what? It's called jack-o'-lantern. Jack-o'-lantern. So I have a question for you guys. Do you do that in Russia? Or do you have the Halloween celebration in Russia at all? Or in Ukraine? Or in Kazakhstan? Or in Armenia? Or in Brazil? Or in Middle East, Arab countries?
We have.
No. You have Halloween?
Yeah, we have, but that's kind of new for us.
You serious about that?
Yes. You surprised?
What? I'm totally surprised.
Why? We have, but it's kind of not our holiday, and the people and churches in general, they do not support this. They don't like it because, I don't know, that's from
It's Western. It's American.
I didn't want to say that, but yes.
I know. It's American shit.
Yeah, we have, and I'm not sure, but actually, I remember only for the past maybe 7 years that I've been celebrating somehow with my friends. Okay. Usually we just, I don't remember any of my friends doing this with pumpkins, but we just buy some stuff and can decorate house inside, not outside. It's not common here.
Okay, so
but inside the house, that's fine. You can call your friends, invite them to your house or go to any club, and I'm sure maybe on Sunday, because that's kind of silly to celebrate that on Monday, yeah. So I guess everyone will go to clubs tomorrow, maybe. Yeah,
like
usually we paint something on our faces, so we do wear some costumes as well.
So you're
And
going to take some pictures from me, aren't you?
I'm not going to any club.
But paint on your face.
I will just wake up, take the picture, and send you in the morning. It will be in the situation. Yeah, but I don't know. If any of my friends go to the club, I will show you, because we have competitions between people wearing different costumes. And well, as far as I know, we do not visit houses, but you can try. I don't know, but
My kids would kids come to your house, knock at the door, say in Russian, it's like
yeah, we have special phrase for this occasion. And if you translate that, it's gonna be the same. Like either you do something nice for me, or I do something bad for you. So same situation.
Exactly. But look, what Aliska is saying. Aliska says that in Ukraine it's an opportunity to get drunk and to get pictures for Instagram. It's like best time of the year to fill up your Instagram that you have been so ignorant towards for so many months. You haven't posted any photos, and it's now the best time of the year to do that. Okay, Nelly, you talked about it. I want you to come up and I want you to say about Armenia. You mentioned something about Armenia. I would like you to talk about it. If you want. We have, but only the minority celebrates. Others don't care. Okay, nobody wants to talk about it anymore? Old guy's my eager beaver all the time? Come on. Do you want to talk about it, Margot?
Hello, Cyrus.
Hello?
Do you hear me?
Yes, do you want to talk about it, Natalia?
Yes, I know only one thing about this holiday, that in some schools where children study English, they
Yes.
Celebrate this holiday, but I don't hear that anybody more do it, because it's not our holiday.
Yes.
That's why. But maybe someday we shall do it, because there is another holiday, the Saint Valentine. It is on
February 14th.
yes, 14 February.
Yes.
And nowadays some young people celebrate this holiday, but it's also not our holiday. But there, of course, the more holidays, the better is for people. So maybe someday we shall celebrate it.
Okay,
But not now.
Thank you, Natalia. That was really good insight. Basically, what you're saying is that Russian people need to have more holidays. Not just Russian people, people in general need to have more holidays.
We shall have our own holiday on the 4th of November, the holiday of union of our country. It's also a new holiday, and we did not accustom for it, but it's near our old holiday, the 7th of October, when the revolution was, Great October Revolution was.
Oh, the October's Revolution in Russia. Yes.
And
yes.
That holiday we celebrate very great. We went to demonstrations, we had parties, we went to gas. But this holiday is new, but it's near for that day, so we try to celebrate it, and appear no traditions, but not very good. I am tired. That's today I shall not speak more anymore.
No, that's good. Yeah, thank you very much for sharing that with me. It is, yeah, I understand. It's cool, and I also believe in the same thing that people should experience more holidays and stuff like that, especially something like Halloween. You know, I like Halloween because it's fun, because you know it's strange, because it's weird, because you know, when it's during normal days, normal hours, work time, and things like that, I'm talking to everybody right now. You know, people usually don't dress weird. We all want to be clean and perfect. Like, clean, look at my tie. Everything is so nice. We all want to be clean and perfect. But the fucking airplane, come on. And, you know, okay, it's gone. Not completely, but it's gosh, what I was talking. Okay, but Halloween is like an opportunity for people to what? To bring out the wild creature inside them. It's like to dress like something that is totally weird, and to kind of express their emotion, and also to unload all that negativity that they have kept inside for a long time, probably. That's why it's necessary, and it helps in so many different. Of course, you should have a culture for that, because if you don't have it, trick or treating can become something very dangerous for everybody. Turn into vandalism. So I asked Nelly, would you like to talk about Armenia? You know, the things you wanted to mention, if you're ready to talk about it. Aliska, how about you? Are you ready to talk about it?
I think someone has already said that we have, well, we don't celebrate it, but at schools. At my school, I shared the picture in the chat box. We have like a big competition of pumpkins there.
Really?
Yeah, and we decorated everything like with those witches and black cats and like parts of bodies. But it's only like at school because we're embracing the culture.
Yes,
That's
but
it.
you mentioned something about black cats. Okay, why black cats are so important?
I don't know, maybe because the witches like them or something. I don't. Oh wow, my picture.
Yeah, I see. That's a cool one.
Yeah, these kids do that. I mean, they make them.
Now you know the name for that. You can go and tell your friends, hey, it's called jack-o'-lantern. But you know, in Ukraine, you can call it Vlado lantern. Or you can Dimawo lantern or something like that. What's the equivalent of jack in like Russian or Ukrainian language?
I have no idea.
Like Vlado lantern.
Vanya lantern.
Vanya lantern. Yeah, that's cool. Black cats, yeah, associated with bad luck all the time, right? When you see them around, especially. So then it goes back to the superstitions. So what Aliska did here, she hollowed out. She hollowed out and she created jack-o'-lantern, a Vanya lantern. So probably
Exactly.
the name of her partner was Vanya.
Oh, Jesus Christ, come on.
Alrighty, now let's move on. Who shared the picture? Thank you. Now you can take it off. Now what we can do is, now we're going to talk about an next word. Thank you very much. Now we're going to talk about haunted. What is haunted? You have an idea what I mean by that already. Did we talk about this lantern? Yeah. This place looks so much haunted. Can anybody guess what that means? Oh, we're talking about selfies and Instagram. Aliska, that's for you.
Come on.
Talking about Instagram, it was just like, it coincided with what you just said. It's Halloween photo shoot for Instagram. The place which is full of ghosts. Do they really exist, Olga? Is it really filled with ghosts? Like, do you really believe that a place can be filled with ghosts? Oh, shit. Someone believes in superstitions that good, and ghosts also, the paranormal and is funnily haunted. They're holding a party there. Exactly. So haunted basically means that a place is possessed by ghosts and spirits. It's a creepy, frightening place. It is possessed. It is owned by ghosts. It means that ghosts go there frequently, all the time. It means that, you know, it's a hangout place. It's a bar for ghosts. They just go there to have fun. You have watched? I'm sure there was a time which I think the British cinema, I think, made a lot of movies about like that was you know, revolving around the theme of haunted homes and ghosts all over the place and skeletons and all that shit. So now, you know, you say if a place is haunted, like they say, oh, that house is haunted. It means it's owned by ghosts. There are so many ghosts, you know, around, and they frequently go to that place. Now, you can also say that house looks creepy. Creepy means it looks frightening. It's actually the word that I really hate, because girls use that all the time, and they use it like when it's not appropriate to use it. They use it all the time. Just, you are creepy boy. Just like, why would you say that? Because when you don't have anything else to say. But anyways, creepy means frightening, means scary. And look at that. For example, Vlad, you were talking about scary shit. Here's my scary shit for you. This Halloween outfit looks creepy. Creepy. Oh my God, I don't even want to look at this picture anymore. Ah! Take it off, Cyrus. So let's take a look at Halloween decoration a little bit. After looking at the creepy picture of a mother, it's just like, gosh. The cord is still there. The umbilical cord is still there. Oh, guys, okay, challenge. For like, how long can you stare at this picture without flinting, without, you know, whatever? How long? For how long? Challenge. I can look at that forever. Just look at it. Look at that. Oh,
it's nothing to me.
Welcome to the weirdo. Welcome to the weirdo club, Olga.
Yeah, maybe because I love horror movies. That's absolutely fine for me. I used to see them.
I know some girls are like this. Oh, Cyrus, I will never come to your class again.
No, I'm not that sensitive.
All right. Let's talk about Halloween decoration a little bit, okay? So we talked about the jack-o'-lantern. You see jack-o'-lantern all over the place now, but of course, there are other types, and what am I talking about? There are other things, other stuff that you can use in order to do a decoration for your Halloween domination of the neighborhood. This is a typical American home. This picture is real. A typical American home with extreme Halloween decoration. Like, they went on to the extreme. And what they have here, let's talk about it a little bit. So we talked about, we said skull. So skull is the bone that is inside someone's head. And it's very, very, very common for, like, you know, Halloween decoration. You see the bone, that's your head bone, that's called skull. That's what you see here in the dirt. So that's a skull. So one of the things that you use a lot is a skull. And then the other thing is the whole body, the whole bone structure of the body is called skeleton, right? So you also have the skeleton. You see the skeletons up on the windows, the stickers of the skeletons, and there are also some skeletons that are dressed, you know, and things like that. And besides that, you may have some decorations that are totally different. Decorations like a witch house. How does a witch house look like? Where is my spider web? Oh no, I lost my spider web picture. Let me see if I can find it. No, I can't. Doesn't matter. Spider web home. Does anybody know what's a spider web? You should know. I'm looking for a picture. I lost my picture. Oh no, please. Oh, like this. This is not necessarily the coolest picture I've seen people doing spider web around their house, but when they're doing celebration, they can do this. They can put spider webs because you know spiders and spider webs are usually, again, associated with haunted houses, which means it's like an old house that is possessed by the ghosts and spirits. And you can, you can put spider webs and things like that as your decoration. Now we know about spooky. Spooky is ghostly. It means ghostly. Like this place is so ghostly. It's like when you look at it, it suggests that ghosts go to this place all the time. That's what it means. It's like so spooky. So spooky shit. Or also it means a person who can easily be frightened. If you're someone that I can easily frighten you, then you're spooky. You're skittish, spooky. But someone that is not into cleaning the house. Who are we talking about? Are we talking about any specific person here? Do we have any roommates here in this class? No, I don't think so. And about okay, now along the lines of spooky, we have the superstitions, right? Superstition is a belief. For those of you who don't know this word, superstition is a. I have two. What do you mean by two? You have two different superstitions? So is something amazing, something super is like super, something super. No, superstition. Something else came to my mind when you said something super. Superstition is a belief that is not true, and it's just a limiting belief. It's about ghosts, and if you do things in a certain way, something bad is going to happen, or something good is going to happen. If you wash your hands every day at 9 a.m., you probably are going to be the king of so-and-so country. If you, for example, if you're having sex and if you're not using condoms all the time, then what happens is that you're gonna be able to buy a BMW by the age of 25. Superstitions like that. That's just like I'm just creating with no background. Does anybody else want to share anything about superstition and all that crap? Super califragilisticexpialidocious. Country A. Jane Pink, does it exist in your country too? Hey Jane Pink, would you like to answer that question? We got Melissa. Is that how you say it in Russian language? Melissa? 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 A Melissa, like the American version. Melissa. So Melissa, is that what it? It's not a Russian name though. Oh, okay, I understand. Oh, I'm talking about you. You can start speaking if you want. So we're talking about spirits now. These airplanes are just coming all the time, these airports. This airport and these Air Force guys just flying their F-35s just behind me all the time. So we got the spirits. Spirit is just like a malevolent person or manifestation of a malevolent body. It's not necessarily a material body, it's like a ghost or something like that. It can appear from time to time. Bad spirits, like a ghost, basically, like a ghost. And that's why, sometimes, especially at the time of witchery in Europe, when, people were super superstitious and they were affected by, superstitious beliefs, it was very commonplace to say that, for example, a boy or a girl was owned by spirits. When they're, kind of lunatic or maniac or they got some mental issues, it was very common for them to say that he was owned by the spirits. He was haunted. He was haunted by the spirits or so. And Vlad mentioned something at the end of the day, and then, you know, coffin. What is coffin? That's another thing that we can use for our Halloween decorations. And now I found a picture for you, and I'm going to share this picture for you to tell you what a coffin is. This is called a coffin. The wooden stuff, the structure that you put the dead body inside, it's called a coffin, a casket. Well, a casket is mostly used for, you know, a keg or casket, it's mostly used for beer and stuff like that. You know, the containers they have in the bar for tap beer. That's, I think, what's Dracula's bed with the skeleton. You see the skeleton inside the coffin? That's part of the Halloween decoration in this house. So now you know a lot of words. Now, I had, damn. Let's watch a video together. Let's watch a video. It's the end of the lesson. After that, we'll have a conversation if you guys are up for it and if you want to talk about it. Okay, let's watch this video together. It's supposed to be fun. It's a good break after a class, and boom, here we go.
It was at this moment Jackson knew. He fucked up.
Do you wanna punch me? Dude, that's not cool. Welcome to your nightmare, bitch!
Why did you call me?
Can I come home with that stupid ass.
Look at that shit there.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Welcome home, bitch!
Hey! You wanna play a game?
Yes! Congratulations, the class is done, it's ended. Now you can go back home and you can rest. Or you can do what, if you're at home already, you can go to bed, you can have your dinner, you can do whatever you want, you can enjoy your Saturday night. If you want to go out, don't forget to call me. And the list guy, yeah, is it legal? Is this legal in the US? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. That's why, you know, after they're done with the pranks, they usually approach them and they say, hey, I would like to have your consent, because they usually go, they sign a paper that it was okay, it was used for entertainment purposes only. And because if they don't do that, later on they can go and they can sue you. They can go and talk to the police and say, so-and-so channel, they pranked me, they put the video online and my face is not blurred out and all that stuff. They can fine you real bad. So it's not really illegal unless you approach them and say, hey, we're sorry, it was for entertainment, piece of paper, sign, we're good. Or is it okay to be in the video? They usually ask. Yeah, so think of your smartphones before you kind of dive into the water. Set that as a priority, you know. Okay, we're done with the class. No more questions. Should I go? And Mike, you could have stopped the recording, and I'm sure you already have. If not, please stop the recording. We're pretty much done with the class. Thank you. Anyone else? No? Nothing?
That was nice. Thank you.
Oh, that's cute. Sure. Always come back again.
So, Cyrus, what's your plans for the Halloween? Will you
I don't have
celebrate?
any special plans, but I'm planning to do something with my friends. What we're planning to do is we're planning to go to the mall. We have a shopping mall here. And I told them to go because that's a good time for me to go and buy clothing for my travel, for my trip to Russia this winter time. So I'm going with my friends, and then I'll be choosing some clothing, and then after that we'll go to the restaurant, we'll eat something, and what else will we do? probably will go to a bar after that, just happy hour. I live in a small town right now. There's not much going on around. Yes, when you go to the college, it gets really crazy out there. But I don't think I will have time to go there because I will be with my friends. It's gonna be a boring Halloween for me.
So you're not going to decorate your house?
No.
No.
Seriously, I'm not going to do that at all because if I do that, it means that I'm going to trick and treat the kids, and God knows I will have thousands of kids just, rushing towards my house to get their candies, and I don't have anything.
You have to buy, or they will send on your house, as I told you before, many gods, and you will get creepy nights.
I would turn off all the lights. I'll just make my house look like it's haunted.
And you can see them.
I can put a sign. I can say haunted house. Keep out. Stay away.
And they will go even closer.
Yeah,
like
I can.
imitation.
I can. I can, be something like this.
You're like Russian babushka. Mr. will scare them.
Like a Russian? Is this like a Russian babushka?
Kinda.
This is like an Iranian babushka or like a Muslim babushka.
Yeah, a mix of them.
Just like my hair is braided. It's my own hair. Creepy granny. Oh, see, guys are using. Oh, okay. So to wrap up the class, we use the words that we learned for today. It doesn't have to be in the video, Mike. It's okay. So we learned the word creepy, and it means something scary or frightening.